Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. This is a situation. Red is, very clearly running away with the game, and I'm just not... we're gonna do what we can, but we are not in a position to solve this problem ourselves. We have to hope that Pink and Green are able to kick in here a little bit. Just real quick to remind myself, is Red at war with... They're just at war with Pink. They're actually at peace with Green. They're good friends with Green. That's very bad for us. That's very, very bad for us. The fact that these two are friends. We need the Ardent Mages to kick in here as well. I may have let this get out of control. Honestly, there's a chance that we're already too late. But we're digging in. We're trying. We're getting out here. So I do want to say, if you notice that anything is slightly different from the previous episode, this mod... the community patch, I think, is giving me some save game issues, and I keep having to load games from my auto-saves rather than from my actual saves. So I had to load at the beginning of the turn and then replicate. But I think things are as we left them. Anyway, let's go, right? And we gotta make sure we're mashing the heck out of the runaway button over here. So since Red and Pink are fighting over this C-zone, it's possible that we could steal it. We are at war with Red, so of course we can attack Red's fortresses, even if the zone isn't actually neutral. But on top of that, currently the zone is neutral. And our ship can go and grab us some of these pearls. I wasn't paying attention to the weather, because I have trouble seeing the weather. I don't know if I'm the only one in this view. When we're out here, it's nice and clear what the weather effects are. But zoomed in... I don't always see them, so I didn't realize that seaweed was going to move into our path, or I would have planned the path a little bit differently. And in fact, this path is going to be bad because the seaweed's going to move over next turn. Well, we're far enough away from the enemy now that ooh, never mind. I was going to say that we don't need to have a path queued in, but those guys have 7 move now. They have upgraded. Unfortunately, as far as I know, there's not a way to... Let me see if I can... No, there's not a way to set waypoints, it looks like. Okay. Well, we're just going to try to command this ship, or this fleet, manually as soon as our turn starts. So, we know there's a pink settler over here in this area, and we could have done something about that. But part of the reason that I didn't really move to do anything about that, despite the fact that I'm annoyed they might spy on me, is that I wonder if giving Pink a foothold over here might be good for us in the long run, since we need them to help control Red and everything. Alright, let's see what this looks like. They have 4 units here. The fortification damage of my army is 23, so we could shut down their fortifications pretty quickly. But I'm concerned that every moment we're over here is a moment we are giving them to respond. So I'm wondering if it's maybe... Oh, I didn't... I bought the hero and equipped the hero with stuff and then didn't actually assign the hero to the army. I'm wondering if it is maybe a good idea for us to just go. It's not ideal, but we're not in a position where ideal is really an option. One thing I did do is I rebalanced our population a little bit. I sold the unit from this village that we traded off, and then pulled everybody off of Dust, because doing so didn't bankrupt us immediately, and I really wanted to focus on food, and also having enough science focus to get topography in the minimum number of turns we could get it. And what, there's 2 turns left on this? Yeah. Alright. So we'll probably have to reassign some people to Dust next turn, but our population is lower than I would like it to be. A fair amount lower. Alright. So, we're talking about 2 militia. We can actually see the entire area, so we know they won't get any reinforcements. We're talking about 2 militia, plus probably 2 things that are not militia. Each of them with 100 extra fortification. We're doing 60 damage a hit. Bella's at 50. We have 206, 219, and 191 health. I'm a little worried that, we know they have access to better strategics than we do, Like, they're mining Hyperium right now, so I'm a little concerned that 2 of their reasonably high tier units with 100 points of fortification on top of their natural health supply is maybe lethal for us. Like, that might actually kill this army. But we can't see far enough into the dark to know if they have any armies in reinforcement position. Like, we definitely need to make this move before they're able to come over and attack us. How much movement do you guys have? 4? And we have soft roads, so we can't probably get in range to reinforce here in a single turn, right? But next turn, I could move the hero around. Yeah, I can move this army around to, like, here, so we're reaching a little further southward on the attack. Actually, not that much further. I'm just thinking, like, we could get a bunch more archers into the battle, right? If we move to here, a big part of the problem is this. Our army has just enough movement for that to be annoying. So yeah, we could come over here, we could attack like that. So that lets us stretch down to the very bottommost tile of this region, which is a place that this reinforcement could be. Okay. We're going to delay the attack 1 turn. We're going to do 1 turn of sieging. Get some more units into position here. Can't convert that village, it's too expensive. Also, probably shouldn't, because it's just, like, a lot of influence. We do have an Empire plan coming up in 9 turns. We gotta have something ready. Are we gonna be in the next era in 9 turns? Probably. Oh, probably, actually. I was about to say probably not, because I'm so used to our research being incredibly slow. But we are finishing topography here. We should figure out what our next research is and have that queued. So it might be a good idea to go destructive analysis, so that we get a science stockpile for each industry stockpile that we get through raising cities. This is definitely like the point in the game where that becomes good. We also could go after canal locks, which is crazy powerful. Like, crazy powerful. That tech is 796 research. So yeah, we totally can be in the 3rd era by the time the next Empire plan comes around, which means that the 3rd tier of these will be unlocked. So we're seeing... Hold on a second. Cost scaling is 60, 180. I don't remember if it's... I don't remember how the function works. If we assume it triples again, we are not going to have enough influence for a good Empire plan. That said, I'm definitely not moving any of my people around. Yeah, we'll cobble it together. We'll work it out. Alright, I think this is the plan. So we have a lot of stuff that we need to do very quickly at the beginning of the next turn. You know what? I'm just gonna queue in these moves. We're gonna mash this button, and then as soon as everybody has moved, we're attacking the city, because, again, we really, really need to do this before they reinforce. After we reinforce, but before they reinforce. Alright, fingers crossed, everybody. I want y'all hoping as hard as you can, like this is the ending of Earthbound. Alright, they're building stuff over there. Making me a little nervous. Come on, quickly, quickly, quickly. I cannot click this button any faster. Okay, so we've locked this area now. We don't have to worry about this anymore. We got them without any reinforcements. They have... Okay, their units are not that far out of line with ours. 87 damage, 117 attack versus 99 attack, 62 damage. Like, they're probably only 1 tier up on us. They're not using tier 2 adamantium or anything. This is not ideal, but I think it was the right thing to do. Now I think this guy's far enough away that we don't have to key in a move. We can just wait on that. You could just build a burrow. We could put another... Yeah, I mean, more Nameless Guard, right? Do we want to throw another industry stockpile on to roll over even more industry into the next turn production of our geomic labs and center for mineralogy? Probably that's not necessary. This is going to be 8 stockpiles if we get it. It's beautiful. All right, let's do it. We're definitely going to do this manually because we need to be pretty careful about targeting these Marines. We need to make sure this happens fast. So okay, this guy and this guy are not that far apart in capability. This dude has 20 extra damage though. All right, well, we know who the main target is. This is gonna be tough. We're gonna experience losses here. How do I want to do this? So obviously we want to focus on taking their archer. Like, this guy is slower than our dredges, so we want to make sure somebody can melee him and prevent him from getting his actual ranged attack off. Except we're not mostly fast enough to do that. Oh no, this guy could do it. He could run over to here. So yeah, we do need to have somebody in this slot because he has to run over here and hit that guy. You'll run forward, and I mean, these two will control the militia. This guy's going to get his turn before any of our melee attackers do, so that's just how that's going to go. We definitely want to have our archers not adjacent to enemy units if possible, because remember how morale works for ranged units. They take some minor morale damage from being adjacent to the enemy. We're gonna bombard this guy, right? Yeah, he's the good dude. Okay, we get a nice ball of morale boost here. This guy's gonna have 5 morale and be extremely effective, provided he isn't instantly killed. And then dudes are coming in, and things are gonna be a little messy. But on the whole, I like where we're at here. So yeah, you need to run over here and attack that guy. Remember, Delvers have circular attack, so like an attack from this position is going to be pretty useful. Actually, you need to attack from here. You need to go here and attack like that, because we need to make sure that all of these guys, everybody who goes after the Delvers, has to get melee attacks so that they don't get to pick their targets. And then we need to make sure everybody, it seems like everybody is good and focused here. You need to make sure you move forward so that this guy can move into a position where he actually has the attack. You're good, you're good. You are in a kind of an awkward spot, actually. We're just gonna have to move somebody adjacent to an enemy. I guess it can be the hero. The hero's damage is lowest, so we lose the least amount of value from doing it that way. But also the hero acts after everybody else. So nope, it has to be you. Ooh, okay, here's hoping. Okay, we're hitting for 70, so actually we may well get a kill here prior to this guy's action. Oh no, the last shot went for 30 and it was exactly enough not to get the kill. This might finish him though. Nope. Circular attack insufficient. Alright, good work everybody. Good-ish work everybody. Kind of okay work everybody. You sort of almost did it. Let's like to revise that down a little bit. Actually, you kind of all suck terribly. Alright, just make sure that we are keeping all of them from getting to pick their targets, and actually, absolutely everybody focus on that archer. Okay, stripped his fortification. Alright, that's a city. Now it's just a matter of how many Delvers we're going to lose before the combat comes to an end. I think it's going to be 1. Okay, we managed to strip all their fortification, and that Delver who I thought was going to die is at 14 health, so I think he's going to live, because I'm pretty sure we archer them out here. In case you're wondering why the archers are healing, it's because that Order of Isivir trinket has regen on it. We didn't quite get the kill. It was, in fact, one Delver. Well, not bad, actually. As far as losses go, like, we came out way ahead on that one. Okay, you guys probably need to just keep following the hero around. This is what my army looks like. It's gonna be Bella the Bat leading some ground forces, backed up by a really silly number of archers. So, actually, we do need to replace that lost dredge. And we're looking at 256 and 188. And this guy has no progress on him yet. I'm wondering if... Let me see here, because this will be Unit 5 for this army. You know what? Let's get the other Nameless Guard out, and we will go ahead and drop a stockpile on the city, because why wouldn't we? At this point, we can afford to... Let's just queue up one for next turn as well. At this point, we can afford to do that, I think. Alright, we might be able to get that city too, maybe. We're starting to get to the point where the cities are close enough to each other that I'm worried about having to fight more than one garrison at a time, which is probably where our conquest is going to slow. But we have to keep being aggressive until that point, right? We have to do the maximum amount of damage that we possibly can with this Blitzkrieg. They're off guard now. They won't be off guard forever. Oh, also we have to reassign our population slightly because we are having some dust problems. So are we still... How many people can I take off science and still get topography next turn? It is 1, in fact. We just need to get this so we don't go bankrupt. Which is actually... like a serious task. Okay, growth slows slightly. This is probably a good faction to play, though, this early in the series, kind of getting back into things, because you really have to micromanage your population a lot more with these guys, and that'll get me into the habit of doing it with everybody else. Also, the lines are turned off. That drives me crazy. If there's one change I could make to this game, it would be to have it remember this setting. I really like the grid. Yeah, I think we're good for the turn. Ship doesn't need immediate orders. We do want to run all these guys together at the beginning of this turn, like... Probably, let's all... Well, hold on. I want the archers to run immediately, because I don't want the archer army to get suddenly picked off. But I think I want the hero to move in a way that reveals that city to us. No. Oh, alright. Show me something. Show me some info. Okay. That's very promising. I'm a little worried about... Okay, if we attack them from this side, we don't get anything else, probably. It's dangerous to not have any forward scouts. To be perfectly honest with you, it might be worthwhile for us to... hire a Forgotten Hero. Just so that we can have vision. We have an invisible guy running ahead of the army to give us vision of stuff. So, we have a lot of options now. We can go back to Impassioned Preacher, which is going to be, what, like 12 extra points of whatever per turn. We could get Inspirational Leader, which I think is probably a better call than Impassioned Preacher. Or we could just focus on one particular resource to really up our science or dust or influence. But I think that going for 5% more of all of these things is probably right, especially because the third point of this is really good. Yeah, let's finish off Impassioned Preacher. And the dearth of dust has ended. Things are better now. Awesome, that's exactly what I was hoping was going to happen. The dredge needs to get out. We need to try to unite all of these units. Okay, here's the bad news. They figured out what we were doing. Youch, 168 attack and 194 defense. It is maybe time to fall back to the safety of our city. We pulled 2 of them. We got 13 industry stockpiles between the 2 cities, and it's pretty good. That's a pretty good haul. Alright, so we are going to, in fact, flee. I definitely don't want to fight this army near the city. They don't need any help. So the Dawn Officer 5 is terrifying. The Dawn Officer 4 is, wow, actually just a terrible unit. 167 defense, though. Driders are not terribly good in general, but these Driders do have 138 damage with 164 attack. And, you can say the same thing about Kekators, but we're just like, the numerical advantage they have is unbelievable. So, everybody get your fleeing pants on. This is the part where we flee. And yes, we do have special pants for this. Okay, so you got your pearls. Let's continue along the coast. So, if these guys come over to our city and try to murder us out of the game, they probably will not succeed. The city is powerful. If they catch our units outside of the city, we have the 5 militia to back us up. That might be a battle that we win, but it'll be a battle with heavy losses. Basically, we do not want to fight this army. Certainly not yet. They have only 4 move, so they shouldn't be able to catch us as long as I really mash the hell out of this button at the beginning of the turn. So let's do that then. Let's mash the hell out of this button. And then we're gonna... I was going to put down another burrow, because, we have more development to do. We're still trying to reach up into this northern area. There's a couple of anomalies we haven't grabbed yet, but maybe it's make more units time. Just thinking that we may have a cause for some more units in the near future. Let's make sure we have another stockpile queued up. And when we build our next burrow, by the way, the museum's level 2 right now. If we build a burrow here and then a burrow here, we'll have a level 2 and a level 2 and a level 2. So this still won't go up to level 3. But basically, we're going to be at 120 passive approval, which is an okay place to be. We should also... I guess this probably needs to wait until next turn, but we should equip Andom with actual combat stuff, because he may be required to show up in battle. And he's great in battle if we can lure them over here. Alright. Mashing the flee button. I hope everybody had time enough to get those pants on. It might seem counterintuitive that when it's time to flee, we have to stop and change our pants. It is it's a little bit of a waste of time. I'm not gonna pretend it's not. Did you guys just completely ignore the orders? Could you please not do that? This is a time for the following of orders. That is what I need from you right now. Okay, so this is an entire army of Nameless Guard. That's good. I didn't take anything. Look where that city was. Do you see my city? No. I would never. How dare you? Also, has Pink actually not settled? Oh, they settled the island. Okay, that's... This is still neutral, though. That's not exactly what I was hoping for. I was kind of hoping that they would settle up here and help us pressure red. But I guess it will have to do. Alright, the bad news is we just don't have, the vision we need to keep stuff under control. I need to get Watchtower tech, but we also have a lot of other concerns. We're probably going to have to go into Smelting Station. I'm really, really hoping that we're going to find that there is a Tier 2 strategic resource in our territory. What is this that we're almost done with? Be the first to raise one of your heroes to level 8 to get 20% health regen for all of your troops forever. That would actually be extremely cool to have. We are in the lead on this, but I believe player always wins ties, so there could be another person who has a level 7 hero. That said, Andom is racking up the XP pretty quickly. Every time something is finished in the city, he's getting XP plus a certain amount of passive XP per turn. And we're building stuff pretty fast, so hopefully he will get it. Do I want... Like, I probably want them to run all the way into the city. If they're not on the outside part of the city, they can't be directly attacked, and if the enemy was to come over and attack the city itself, all of our units would get the fortification bonus. Not that I think that will happen. Hold on. We have some resources. Let's get this dude queued up for combat real quick. Do we want him to just go to a big sword? Is he allowed to use two-handers? No, he has one-handed swords or claws. Probably I want to go for break wall. So if we wanted to do this, we'd have to buy some titanium. We really don't have a lot of cash right now, but we do have a lot of mithrite. What are we talking about in terms of mithrite pricing? Really? 7.5? I guess there's 103 mithrite on the market right now. Okay, well maybe we don't need to find strategics. It turns out the AI is offloading resources at an incredible rate. Some of this stuff is available and quite cheap. So it costs us 20 resources to do a boost right now. The reason for that is that each converted village adds 2 to the cost of our boosters. So we have 5 converted villages right now. I'm sure that will come down. We might need to wait until we have a little bit more money before we try to make a move here. So we could probably sell the wine. The wine is worth nothing. Jeez. Prices have been really, really crashed. Adamantium's still valuable. Yeah, alright. We need to keep generating money. Getting past hydrology is going to be really valuable. I wonder how many people we can, like... If we take everybody off of dust, we are slightly negative. If we put a bunch of people on science, how quickly can we get hydrology? We cannot get it down to 1 turn. Okay. How many people have to be assigned here for it to be 2? Turns out, not very many. Okay, it's that many. If we have no dust income, we're going to find it hard to buy resources. I'm going to equip this on him, at the very least. We probably do. You know what? I'm not going to upgrade his armor, because as soon as we hit Era 3, we're going to have access to better armor. Let's put that on him so he has some basic combat stats. I should also probably just give him, like, a glass steel sword. That's what we can afford to do right now. We need a lot of stuff. To be clear, we made some big moves here, and I'm pleased with the way this went. I do not think that we are that we have stopped red or that we are in a particularly good position yet. I'm debating running or maybe just leaving this army hanging out here as a bait, because if we can get those guys over here and fight them by our city... No, I think our losses will be too great, and it's too difficult for us to replace stuff right now. It takes too long. Our city has a lot of other stuff we could be doing, like building burrows. And in fact, why don't we just throw a burrow on the queue there? Just make sure that we're running stockpiles for a while. Alright, here we go. Here's hoping. Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what we do have is pearls. That'll be good for us eventually. We'll start putting together pearl stockpiles. Winter is still 20 turns away. We should buy that so that I remember to build it before winter happens. Is this... No, we're still pretty far off the winter. That is not more important than the other stuff we have queued. Alright, we are definitely going to mash the run button here. I would prefer not to engage that army. You know, I'm talking about buying a Forgotten Hero, but it doesn't actually have to be a hero. We could just buy a a single forgotten unit off of the marketplace potentially. Are there forgotten? Oh no, they're always going to be minor factions. That's right. That is not how that works in this game. Well, we'll keep an eye out on the hero marketplace, and if a forgotten hero comes up, like the vision advantage of having forgotten available is good. All right, so we're gonna have to figure this out. For right now, let's put the iceworks in the queue above the borough streets. We can't expand the city while the borders are tied in like that, obviously. Okay, and that's a fire ship that is definitely going to kill me. It does only have 4 move, though. So we will try to go around it. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're safe if we make it to here. Alright. Let's do this thing. I think we pretty much have to attack them now. I don't think it's actually optional to leave them alone. We can't be sieged. We can't have our entire empire simultaneously sieged. Look at what it's doing to our output. Honestly, industry is still, like, pretty okay. So, I'm gonna step over here, and we're gonna engage in combat, and this is gonna hurt. I'm debating, like, is there value in waiting a turn? Oh, we're not getting any of our pacified village population either. I didn't realize that sieging cut those people out of the city immediately. It kind of doesn't make sense. Yeah, alright, we gotta do the thing. I'm not super jazzed about this, but... Ooh, wow, okay. That's a bad prediction. That's a bad prediction for us. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so the good news is nothing. Bad news is all of the numbers here. What I was not looking at when I was looking at their stat cards before, I was like, oh, they upgraded the other Dawn Officer too. That's bad. I didn't realize they had so much health. I was looking at their attack and damage values, which are terrifying, and I didn't realize how much health they had. So, we're not going to be able to kill them. Alright, who's the priority target? You guys have 138. Now, these guys are a problem. They have this cocoon ability. They can stun a friendly unit and double its defense, and when they do that, they also heal the unit. It's a defensive support thing. And the amount they heal for is based on the Drider's damage. So the fact that these Driders have so much damage means that they can cocoon other units incredibly effectively. We're going to be hard-pressed to actually push through our damage. You guys, maybe be a little bit further back. These Dawn officers have 7 move. Rough. Not a lot we can do about it, actually. Alright, so we need to try to focus down the Driders as quickly as possible. If we can kill one of them on... I was going to say if we can kill one of them on each turn, but, like, no. We cannot. That's a huge amount of health. But we do need to get them. So using our melee units to try to deny actions to the Driders is probably pretty important. All of our units are focused on the wrong targets, which is bothering me. Let's try to fix that. How are we going to utilize the dredges? Unfortunately, it's really hard to know what the Dawn Officers are going to do. They have a lot of options. You try to stun that guy. You try to stun this guy. Everybody try to get lucky stuns. Alright. Yep, that's bad. Ooh. And no stun, huh? Well, this is what I was worried about. Well, I think we may have lost the game. We had to make a move on red, right? Like, not making a move on red is dying, but slower. Well, alright. Everybody turn around and fight this guy. Some of you in the north might not be able to get to him. Like, if we could kill this guy before the Driders get their turn, that would be cool. Ooh, where's this arrow coming from? Okay, you. That would be cool if you could get to him. This reinforcement position being where it is kind of a problem. That normally the cliff would be really great for us, but all of the enemies are staying one space outside of range of the spot, so... Move in and just shoot whatever you can shoot, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be difficult for us to get actual damage through, because these guys have so much defense. That's good. Heal for 12. Everybody heal for 12 a bunch of times. That'll show them. Alright, stun? Ah, that stun would have been really good. So now, it's possible the Driders won't heal him because he's kind of far away. Yeah, okay. That's good. That's something. Yup, everybody kill this dude. Oh, interesting. That guy just didn't take a turn for some reason. And that archer dealt real damage on his way out the door. That's good for us. I should have given this guy an explicit order to move off of that space. Okay, is that the last of our dredges? It is. Oh, and there's all of that health back. Yep, absolutely everybody, like, super focus fire, do whatever you have to do. We burned through the first one, we can get the other one. Killing any of these guys is going to require the AI to misplay. Like, we literally just don't have the damage to get through their healing. Why would you stop? Alright. Those dudes just dove in the lava. They decided that was their play. Okay, that unit of archers isn't actually dead. I mean, like, the Driders have comparable defense, right? No, they have... No, they don't. We could do more damage to the Driders. We still don't have the damage to actually kill one of them, but maybe we could get lucky with the crits? Let's have everybody refocus on one of these Driders. Oh, hey, we got a dredge. Yeah, I mean, the damage is better. That's certainly the case. So this guy is... Right, he didn't take his turn last time, or this time, because he's cocooned. We have gotten lucky a couple of times this turn. We've gotten some above-average damage. But even with that, it wasn't enough, and we're going to do less damage next turn. Oh, but they didn't heal him at all. Okay. There's some version of this where we still do all right. Gotta make sure you're moving forward. Actually, you know what? No, stay right where you are, because you gotta move forward. We do still have units, right? Like, we have militia just now starting to come in. So we're gonna get this Drider. And then, unfortunately, I don't know, are all of our units? Yeah, all of our units are gonna focus on that guy, which is awkward. I could have probably done this a little bit more cleverly by having people targeting the other units. This was bad for us, though. We lost... Man, yeah, we lost a lot of bodies there. They lost... I mean, they lost a third of their invasion force. That is something. And it's not nothing. You guys should probably just run over here and join up. Is there anybody in the garrison right now? Yeah, that guy can also join up. Because we got to attack again next turn, right? And we got to boot some people off of some stuff. Make sure that our dust is not actually negative. Okay, it's going to be an exciting turn. We need more archers. We are running the stockpile, right? Yeah, there's a stockpile up this turn. Can we get 2 units out of it, maybe? No, we're not quite that... not quite that good at building. We get to 468 dust. What am I doing? This is the wrong part of the marketplace. So this is not very much. Stuff's at 2.3. So let's see. This is like 56. That's 100 and... It's a little over 100 there. Here we can get another 50. Here we can get almost 140. We can make it. How much does the stockpile sell for? Oh! Okay. We probably have to sell stockpiles. Let's sell off the luxuries that we don't need because we don't have enough of them to make a booster anyway. Yeah. We're never going to need this stuff. Approval is extremely under control. Yeah, we're not going to be able to make anything out of that. We're trying to build to 468. Okay. And then we sell a stockpile. Rush that, guys. Now we're going to have a dredge and a nameless guard done for next turn's attack. Okay. We had to rebalance a little bit more toward dust production. Okay. I'm hoping we can push them off next turn. Their damage potential is still really high, but they won't necessarily actually get their full damage because the AI does not use Kekators and Driders that well. Let's have the dredge join the army here. We can start on the battlefield. Alright, let's go again, right? Can we just... Am I allowed to just instant dust heal? No, I am not. Okay. Alright. Do the thing. Oh, yeah. In all of the excitement and mishigas of battling, I forgot about the other battling. Well, let's retreat, obviously. Am I going to take this pearl and then just try to run away from this guy? Yep, I totally am. Oh, hey, they have, like, they have dudes. Okay, well, that's the play for him next turn. Here's me remembering to press the button. Remember? Remember how I'm going to press the button? Everybody remember that. Alright, let's do it. I'll tell you what. We're getting XP on Andom here. They're helping us toward that legendary deed. Like, if we're going to bright side this, here's how any of this is good for us at all. The Dawn Officer has 7 movement, so we actually, like, we have no control over him. He's going to go wherever he wants to go. Oh, well. Yeah, it is what it is. Oh, wait, am I allowed to put a guy here? Okay. So after the Dawn Officer moves, this guy can run forward and stop one of these two from casting a heal. And if we already can't control the Dawn Officer, then there's no reason not to put all of our ranged up as close as possible. This hill is actually pretty okay for us. They're close enough for us to attack them here. In fact, should this guy be on the hill? In the position he's in right now, he's not going to be able to attack anybody this turn, but that's also true from here. He runs forward 2 spaces, and then, yeah, okay, whatever. He has a turn of dead space. That's fine. Alright, let's do it. Real hard focus on this Drider and just, like, hope that the AI screws up, basically. I'm hoping this guy moves forward and doesn't attack our dredge. I don't think he will. So attacking that dredge is very low value for him when he could just kill an archer instead. Everybody's very focused on this Drider. Maximum focus on that Drider. Okay, that is definitely what we wanted to see. And then this dredge is going to be able to run forward and prevent that Drider from moving. Or from doing anything dangerous. Actually, I probably should have hit this one, huh? To prevent him from cocooning that one. Because they can't cocoon themselves, I don't think? Okay. So that guy's cocooned, that guy's cocooned. Yeah, everybody just keep focusing. I mean, just run, basically run toward their ranged. Yep, this is it. Half of their force is cocooned right now, so this is the time to make the thing happen. Like I said, they don't really use these units very well, and a lot of the fact that we are going to survive at all here has to do with the fact that they don't know how to use those units. Ooh, that was a good stun. So now that guy's stunned for 2 turns starting now. Managed to get rid of one of the Driders. If we can get the other one... Oof. You guys are dumb. Please focus on this target. What is wrong with a lot of you? But remember to try to keep the archers from standing next to... Oh, actually, he can get all the way over to here. He should do that. We can keep them from healing each other at all. You move to there. That guy's moving to there. You move to here. Let's try to make sure that all of our units are getting in there. Okay. So that guy's stunned. This guy's gonna get to act this turn. He didn't get re-cocooned. We've gotten some decent free damage time on him. Are you serious? You left him at 9 health? Ah. So that would happen? That's terrible. I forgot that Driders have sweep strike back. I would have played that a little bit differently. I mean, we've almost got him, right? Next thing up is laser focus on this dude. This is one of those things. I wish there was a button that was just like everybody target this. The options you have for directing your troops in battle are a little thin, I think. Yeah, that sucks. But without the infinite healing, we're going to actually be able to just wear this guy down through sheer numbers. Of course, I'm talking about next battle here. Get him. Ouch. Well, the good news is militia regenerate very quickly, but they will not regenerate while the city is still under siege. Alright, everybody do it. Everybody get him. So please do more than 0 damage to him. There you go. We don't really need that many more 30s. Like, he's actually on his last legs here. He's gonna kill another archer on his way out, though. Okay. Hey, we weathered it. And only everybody is dead. Oh, the heroes both survived, though. Neither of their armies were lost. Bella the Bat is going to definitely take plus vision on her army, headed toward, of course, attack and damage. The city garrison will, like I said, regenerate very quickly without anybody actively sieging. And the city still has a considerable amount of fortification. We have all of our bonus population back from the cities. And hopefully that was Red's only real force in the area. We can all hope this fervently. I'm going to remember about the ship here. And hydrology is next turn. We're going to take as many people off science as we can here for a second and try to min-max this a little bit. So, Really do want the burrow finished first. Are we running a stockpile right now? We are not. That can be solved. I don't know if I needed to sell that stockpile or not. I'm not sure if the extra unit was necessary, but that battle was really close. It may well have been. How much dust do we need? I'd like to be able to buy some luxuries. Right, like there are, of things that there are plenty of that we actually care about. Hydromiel is hero upkeep reduction in this game. It's food in Endless Space, which is a little weird. Moonleaf would be cool to get. We could get a Moonleaf booster, we could get a Titan Bone booster, we could get a Spices booster. We just sold some spices to make that a little bit more difficult, but again, I think it was necessary. We got really down to the wire on money there. Red Sang is also food in Endless Space. So yeah, there's a lot of things here that I would like to get. Would like to be able to produce boosters of. They gave us a new crop of heroes, and unfortunately, there are no Forgotten Heroes still, so no scouting for us. This guy, we haven't really gotten to see a lot of the Kapaku heroes. So Army Attack Boost 2, we know that Cavalry heroes are pretty good army leaders. Movement and attack right at the bottom of the tree is pretty cool. But I think we're gonna save money for luxuries. It's just that we also need to be pumping population. Obviously, luxuries are very helpful for that. Yeah, all right. Let's do this for now. You guys need to just stay in position and guard the city. What we actually need is 2 dredges as well. I'm going to go ahead and pop one of these for next turn. Out of curiosity, what's Red's position now? Still only at war with us and Pink. Would they be amenable to a truce? There we go. No, they would not be. However, they would love it if I would declare war on Purple. Boy, they're so into that idea. They would give me some, like, honestly pretty good technology in exchange for a declaration of war on Purple. That's really interesting. What's Purple's position right now? They're at war with the Kapaku. They're uninvolved in the rest of the world's affairs. Well, let's end the turn. Ending the turn will put us into the next era. We can look at our faction, our empire plan, try to figure out what our influence spending needs to look like, and then we'll have an idea of how much we can afford to spend on trade. Or, not trade, but diplomacy. Go, go. Go quickly. Quickly here. More quickly. Alright. Boy, there's just red ships everywhere, huh? I'm starting to think we are not going to discover Maribond. Strategic boost facility. Hyperium facility. Man, Dust Orchid. We would love some Dust Orchid. Yeah. I don't know. We're in what I would describe as a precarious position, for sure. So once these 2 dredges are done, we can at least have this army be at full size again. Let's have a look at empire planning here. So we're talking about 450 for each level 3. Obviously, the level 3s are pretty powerful. We don't really need this. I forgot we even had this. This has probably been pretty important. I would like to hold at least these. So we're talking about 480 there. It would be cool to go further and pick this up, but that's a really significant cost increase. So if we wanted to have 480 in 3 turns, we have to be generating a little bit more per turn, just a tiny bit more. A lot of these dudes are going to have to move over to here, right? We're going to have to generate 190-ish. Means we need to be at like 64. It needs to be like that many. We definitely want to build a canal system, although there are times of the year where the canal system would be a little bit better. How are we doing on... Okay, we'll have enough titanium to make that move soon. We could go to the marketplace and just buy 3 titanium. Probably should. Probably get those canal locks done now. Like, now, probably, right? This is the most important thing, because as soon as this is done, it makes us way more effective at building everything. Like, that's actually very important, I think. How many people do we have? Man, how many people do we have to put over there to get that in one turn? Because as soon as we have that, we can afford to move more people over to here. Like, I think it's really important we get this done now. And in fact, I should have researched it earlier. Okay, oh, we do have palladium. That's cool. So, I mean, we had to get smelting, right? I don't think there's any other way to go on this. Oh, and we have that palladium deposit. It's adjacent to our city already. So as soon as the next winter starts, we can buy the strategic intensifier tech. Ooh, I think this is going to cost 20 pearls. So we need 2 more pearls to buy this and then build it immediately. But that'll be really good for us. We do still need the smelting tech, I believe, to actually get the palladium from the strategic intensifier. So that's exciting. That was lucky for us. We did not discover any new luxuries. In fact, there are just no luxuries in our home region. That is a shame. So, like, good news, it looks like we're going to survive. Bad news is we haven't done as much damage as we need to, and we don't have any kind of long-term plan for continuing to do damage. Except that now red's distracted a little bit more, and hopefully that will mean pink can make some... Pink is no longer visible. Well, we may have been too slow to impact red. They might be able to win the game around us at this point. That is a real cry and shame. That is an actual extremely bad thing. We certainly can't afford to move this army outside of the city. I'm going to sit right here and wait for the dust eclipse to begin. We can search these temple ruins. That's my plan. Ugh, it's been a rough episode. We're still alive. We need to do a lot of stuff, though, to not be just straight up losing to red, and I don't know how we're going to accomplish it. We don't have any influence to use for making deals or diplomacy, but we can start worrying about that after the winter's over, I guess. It's a grim situation. What about this ship? Alright, I'm gonna die. Right? There's no way. We could run up this way, but we're just gonna get attacked by ships coming out of the fortress. Like, if they want to kill us, we're dead. So, let's just press onward here. Let's hope that they move that ship in the wrong direction right away. Nope. Nope, and in fact, they have another ship over here. Well, yeah, if they want to kill us, we're dead. We did get to see some more region names and find out where Maribond isn't, so that's cool. Get 'em, boarding vessel. Oh, what a surprise, it lost. They didn't even have their reinforcements participate. They killed me with just the one ship. Because they could. Because they knew that they could do that. Ugh. It hurts. It hurts us on the inside. Okay. So, we're now talking about 130 industry over 3 turns, or 2 turns. So that'll do it. Actually, we don't even need all this, right? What do we need to be at? Make sure I don't screw this up. 480. So yeah, I need 127. Pulling one more person back will be too much, right? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to produce this dredge. We promote the canal system a little bit more, get that done this turn. It's a little bit of extra industry overflow for next turn. We're really far off of being able to make our next borough. We'll have a full-size army again, at least. We still have no idea where Maribond is, so we're not going to get any movement on our faction quest, which probably means that the quest victory is out of the question. Which means, how do we win? How could we possibly win here? We could try to go for a science victory. Right, we're good at research now. It's hard for me to imagine being able to win a science victory before Red can, though. We're pretty far behind on that. Maybe we need to... We need to stop Red, basically. We can't win an internal victory faster than Red can. So how do we stop Red? It needs to be the focus of pretty much everything we got. Sorry, how do we not die comes first. And then how do we stop Red? Well, I mean, we're on the how do we not die plan. We're making plays. So our city will be a little bit more productive during the winter. Like, it's good to get that done before I forget about it. I do wish we were in a little bit better position to have a bunch of water exploitation. We did get this, so extra health regen for our armies is cool. Definitely going to grab 10% more all resources except for influence. Oh dear. Well, that's 8 of them. This is the end, probably. That guy has 309 attack. That's the kind of thing I was worried about. Well, we can sit in here for a turn. Still generate what we need for our empire plan. Get these 2 dredges. What's up? Okay. Gains related to alliances, not that relevant to us right now. We do have all of our militia back. We just need to, we need to power produce Nameless Guard, basically. We don't have a stockpile running, so let's pop a stockpile for now and a stockpile for next turn. And I'm wondering if we might need to sell the other one so that we can rush stuff. Dredges are going to be more expensive now because we era'd up. So it's creating the units at a higher level. Is there any way we could possibly get to 700 dust? This stuff is still not valuable. That stuff is less valuable than it was. No, is the answer. There's no way we get to 700. Hold on. Nope. Our villages have not produced more fodder units. That's a shame, because I would really love to sell off some bad units right now. And we're actually losing money. We also need to devote 1 more person to influence. We almost missed our influence target. If I move these guys off of industry, how many turns are we... Oh, it doesn't actually change the build times. So we're not losing as much dust. And then we have to just, No, we can't actually make enough money to buy out even a single unit. So we just sit in here and wait. Feels pretty bad. And our units are about to get worse, right? When we run the Empire plan, we're going to lose 30% attack. So the Empire plan doesn't actually go into effect until the beginning of turn 81. We have to make the decisions and pay the costs on turn 80. But the new Empire plan, won't change over until turn 81. So we have basically 1 turn to do stuff here. If we sold absolutely everything, It'd be like 100 and not even 140 dust. Not even probably in the neighborhood of 100. Remember, the cost will go down as we sell it. That's only going to be 50. So we're looking at maybe as much as 300 dust from selling all of that stuff combined, plus another 250. So we're not quite going to be able to buy out. Hold on, let's see if I'm bad at math. Nothing matters if we can't repel this attack, because we lose. So yep, sell those. Okay, we do get to buy out one guy. And then we devote as few people to this as we can to keep us from going bankrupt, because going bankrupt will disband some of our units. Yep, so we're still not going to be able to get that Nameless Guard done. I guess, hold on, if we move everybody over. No, we still don't get the Nameless Guard done. Okay. Because if we could get the Nameless Guard and lose some of our Empire plan, that would be worth doing. Alright, that's too many. Okay, we hit end turn once, we get a couple more units for city defense, and then we have to attack them, right? Because we're going to lose our 30% attack boost the next turn. Or we're not, like, we could pay for it, but we're hemorrhaging right now. Yeah, we probably just have to Empire plan to include that, right? So we have to pull back this. Yeah, we do this Empire plan. And we just hold out as long as possible and keep building stuff. Yeah, alright. That's the play. We are desperate. But if they show up with a second army, we lose. And we probably lose anyway, right? I probably have killed us. But not attacking red was not an option. That was just a way to die slower. Alright, so this is... Why did that snap back? That's weird. This is our Empire plan? Okay, so now we have to reassign a bunch of people to dust so that we don't go bankrupt. And we have to produce units at whatever rate we can produce them at. Our mining is not great. It's weird that you don't get the bonus of converted village population while you're under siege, but you're still getting the resources from the village. How are they getting in? Who's bringing them in? Doesn't really make any sense at all. So we could make a new unit design that is Nameless Guard that are as valuable as they can be without using any strategics, right? Basic guard and just like show me this stuff. Show me all of that. Validate. How much time are we talking about on a basic guard build? Not that much, really. Fill the queue with them. So now the play is we just produce basic guard until Doomsday, which is the turn where we would run out of fortification. If this gives them enough time to show up with another army, we definitely lose. But like we gotta play for the out, right? Maybe they get distracted and wander away. Maybe a huge attack from purple occurs that drives them back. Out of curiosity, nope, still not at war. Purple. Hey, purple. We don't have any ability to ask them to go to war with red because we can't even change our diplomatic status. If we could get them to close their borders on us, that might actually be helpful. Yeah, we just wait as long as we can and then attack. We build up as much as we can because we're gaining strength and this army is not gaining strength. But if we if they get reinforcements, obviously, that amount of strength gain is greater than anything we could possibly build. We just hold out. We just hold out. We survive the siege as much as we can. It's going to get harder to build stuff as it goes on, because the cost of our units is going to keep going up, so we're going to have to keep diverting people to dust. But it probably doesn't really matter. If I move all these guys off of industry. Okay. That guy was probably not going to complete anyway, right? 4 turns is actually kind of a magic number for us right now. Can we... Yeah, alright. If we leave one person there, we can... Ooh. It's bad. It's not good. A big boost of dust from all of our minor faction villages producing a point of population would be really cool. Also, at some point the dust eclipse is going to occur, and when it does, we can search this temple ruin. That'll give us some dust to work with as well. Yeah, this is life for us right now. We just have to hope that they have some kind of very pressing thing occur. This is our narrow out. Produce as many archers as possible before the big final confrontation. I really like the fortification system in this game. I think this is really well designed. That tension between waiting in the city and charging out of the gates, because charging out of the gates is so dangerous. Like, these moments are really cool. Now, I do. We're gonna lose, right? Almost certainly. We're gonna play all the way to our out, but we're definitely we're very, very, very likely to lose here. I want to be clear though, that nobody should be discouraged by this loss. We're playing against difficult enemies. There it is. That's bad. We waited too long. They're gonna attack us next turn. No, they're gonna attack us right now. Well, here we go. Here's the climactic battle. We had a terrible start here, like almost comically terrible. You could barely design a worse start than this. And then also I didn't play that well, so I still have a lot of hope for future battles. For future games, I think we're gonna be okay. Trying to figure out what is the way that we're least vulnerable here. So obviously we have to try to hit their archers. The archers are dealing more damage than the Dawn Officers. The Dawn Officers have actually been redesigned so their damage is lower than it was before, but they are much tougher. So yeah, the damage to defensibility ratio on the archers is better for us, obviously. Don't have a lot of options here, especially since they're so much faster than we are. Like I have no idea who's actually going to get a turn and who isn't. But this is the play. We gotta kill archers as effectively as possible. Yeah, you just kind of gotta run forward. You also just kind of gotta run forward. Good luck, everybody. They're fast. They're relatively fast. So remember, the fortification will consume hits as long as there's any fortifications. Like this guy with only 4 points of fortification is going to eat that entire hit. So we got a moment here before things start to get bad. I mean, that's a significant amount of damage. Oof. Yeah, they've got Gelderus as well. It's okay. We have to learn what we can from this game. And then we have to just soldier on, you know? Every loss is an opportunity to get better. Every victory is also an opportunity to get better, but I find that in general, it's easier to improve from a loss than it is from a win. Do you have some concrete things that went wrong that you can note and work on? Yeah, everybody keep trying to kill that guy. I don't know how successful we're going to be here. Unfortunately, our archers are low on fortifications. We're going to take a lot of actual health damage now. Okay, well, I mean, people are surviving now. We're low on health, but we're alive. The bad news is we've spent a lot of our attacks now counter-attacking. So, what went wrong this game? What could I have done better? First of all, that start was so bad. It's possible this game was not winnable. I don't know exactly how tightly we're going to have to play to beat the AI with the community mod, but it's possible that the gap between their starting values and our starting values is such that this game was not winnable with this start. Things that we did wrong, though. I definitely was not attentive enough to my moves that I queued up for the beginning of the next turn. There were several situations where I just forgot to press the button, and so a unit had to retreat or was killed. That could get better. Hey, look at that! We got a stun! They might not kill us this turn. Or this battle. It doesn't much matter. We're gonna scoop out after this. Like, clearly the writing is all the way on the wall. The fact that they committed another army here means that there's no chance that they will have to pull back. They're clearly actually focused on this. We're not going to get a lucky distraction that gives us more time. Another thing that did not go super well is that I was not using the marketplace optimally. There were research orders. We could have changed things up and gotten access to the marketplace earlier, used it to get luxuries and stuff. Like I have to remember that marketplacing luxuries is way more viable with these guys than it is with anybody else, due to the comparatively low number of luxuries that you need. Also, there was that whole thing with the ocean where I like half committed to it and then committed some more to it in like a kind of a desperate way that wasn't really very thoughtful. So this next game, we're going to more carefully manage the amount of effort that we spend on the oceans. And I'm not even giving our troops orders at this point because it doesn't matter. We don't get to choose our attacks. They have enough units at higher initiatives than us that they are going to get to pick everything. Yeah, you can see we're literally not going to get a single attack. It's all counterattacks. I do love them running around and just stunning their own units who are at full health. Like, that's very, very bad play. You know what? I'm gonna hit the button. I'm gonna let them take it. We're gonna see that loss screen because we deserve it. I don't feel too bad about this loss, though. Like I said, this start was terrible, and it's important to play out your bad starts, by the way. I think this is something that a lot of people, when they play 4X games, they see a start like this, and they're just like, ah, screw that, scoop it up, let's restart. And I know that that's a thing because of how much people complained when Civ 6 released without a quick restart button. There was an actual community outcry. I guess we could have autoed this. That would have been all right. I'm gonna give it to him though. That's where you use this as some time to talk. But play your bad starts. Play your bad starts and try to optimize every little bit you can get out of them, because there's a lot you can learn from a start that doesn't give you access to the things that you normally consider valuable for victory. And one of the most important things you can learn from a start like that is that something you thought was necessary to do well actually isn't. You may be surprised at how well you can hold out on a bad start, and you can learn something about what's actually necessary to do well. It also helps you try strategies that you wouldn't normally try. Civ 6 is a great example. Like, what if I don't get early horses? How do I do without early cavalry? May lead you into a different building and research path, may lead you to try different units. You can learn a lot from a thing like that. I think it's important that we play games like this. Which means that if we get a bad start on the next one, we'll play that out too. And I apologize to people who are very victory focused, but defeat and failure are valuable. So, score screen. Here's the sad guys submerged in the muck. I'm just curious about some numbers here. Okay, red had taken off. Mostly what I was curious about here is whether red was really pulling out, or whether we were going to see several factions building up like this. But no, we had correctly identified the situation. Red was taking off, was running away. Too slow to stop it, too weak to stop it. I'm not 100% sure what we could have done If we had interfered with red earlier, it like recognized that red and pink, somewhere around here, recognized that red and pink were fighting, and taken that opportunity earlier to intervene against red, we could have tipped the war in pink's favor a little bit more, which might have changed the whole course of all of this stuff in a way that would have been beneficial to us. So, be more aggressive, be more interventionist. As the cultist, you really got to step on some throats, because you can't build up fast enough to actually beat people. You have to... With a lot of factions, I'm very focused on winning, but with the cultists, you have to make people lose. Okay, good information for Game 2, which will begin on Monday or this weekend. I don't know. I still would like to get an extra episode or 2 out this week. So, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This ending screen is now extremely appropriate. Come back next time. The end is eternal, and so are we. And we'll see you then.